Hi guys, you are welcome once again to another interesting tutorial. This is a very quick one. This is a bubu dress, a cape bubu dress. Okay, so I'm gonna assume, and this is the fabric I'm gonna use for this style. So let's assume that this is my fabric, 4 yards by 60 inches. Okay, because the fabric I'm working on is length 60. Okay, so this is 4 yards by 60 inches long. Okay, I'm just going to fold my 4 yards like so into two, and then I will fold it again. You can see 4 yards by 60, and then I'll fold again, making I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to measure the length of my dress and add my sewing allowance. So now from here, from this start line here to this point this is the hem, this is the shoulder. Okay, so I'm going to be exhausting all. Okay, you need to measure on your fabric your full length and then your seam allowance. Okay, so now I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement. So what the measurement you need for this dress is just your shoulder and your full length. Then your armhole, you take from the nape of your neck to your arm where you want your sleeve to stop. Okay, where you want your hand to pass through. Okay, so now this will be my shoulder measurement. This is my shoulder. Okay, from my shoulder I'm going to take my neck measurement. My neck measurement is 3 by 3.5. The back is going to be 1.5 inches long, while the front will be 4 inches or 3.5, depending on how you want your front neckline to be. So you have to determine that. Okay, so I'm just going to connect the front neckline like so. Okay, so from this shoulder now I'm going to come to this point. I'll go in by 2 inches like so, and then from that 2 inches I'll start curving down. Okay, this is the actual shoulder, but from the 2 inches I'll start curving my hand down. Okay, so you can see what I've done. Then I'll connect all the way to the hem. As you can see. Okay, so when you're taking your full length, okay, let's assume I'm working with a length 62 inches. You are going to put your tape from this center point here, and you mark your 62 inches all the way down to this point. Okay, then the next thing you are going to do is to take your tape and rotate from this point till I'm taking my tape, and I'm going to measure from here all the way to the hem. So I have 5.75 for this one. So I'm just going to rotate that 5.75. Okay, I will rotate like so, and I will mark. I will rotate again, and I will mark. You can see where my 5.75 ended here. Okay, so now I'm going to connect. If you leave it this way, it's going to be too sharp. Okay, so I'll just connect it like so. So you can see what we have. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the armhole measurement, where the armhole will come out from, where your hand will come out from. So from this starting point here, you take it down to your arm. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this down. Okay, so this is where the armhole will come out from, and then I will notch this point. Okay, then for the circumference of my armhole, I'm going to be using 7 inches. Okay, but for this illustration purpose, I will just put it down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to notch this point and notch this point, and then I'm going to cut this out. So I'll cut out the back neckline first. and I will separate the back from the front. Okay, so you can see that I have two pieces now, one for the back and one for the front. So for the front, I'm going to cut out the front neckline. You can do a V-neck, you can do whatever shape of neck you want for your front. Okay, so I'm going to notch the armhole. This will serve as a guide when I'm walking. So notch the armhole, notch the other side too, so you can see what I have. So I'll put this aside. So for the back neckline, I'm just going to come down by 5 inches. Okay, and then I will slash this open so that the neck can pass through easily. Okay, if you don't want it like that for the back, you can do it for the front. It depends on what you want and what you're hoping to achieve. Okay, so now I'm going to place the two on top of each other like so, and then I'm going to sew down my facing for the neck of the front and then the facing for the neck of the back, and then I'll place it like so, and then I will sew from the neckline till I get to this first notch, from the neckline till I get to this first notch, and skip to this other notch, and then I'll sew this down all the way to the hem, and I'll do the same thing for the other side. Sew till I get to this notch, skip here, and then continue to the end. Okay, so let's start sewing. I've gone ahead to cut that out on my fabric. So I've sewed down the neckline for the front, and I'm going to just notch and top stitch. So this is my back facing. You can see the slash I have at the back. Um, so for the back neckline, I'm just going to place like so. I will sew down the neckline, and then I will top stitch. I'll do the same thing for both sides. I'll just sew only the neckline. I'll not sew this notch. Okay, this notch part, I'll leave that part open. So I'll just sew this down now. So I'll do the same thing for the other opening. I will sew down the neckline, and I will notch. Okay, so I'm done sewing that down. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be sewing my elastic into this now. I'll, I'll open it up like so and place it like so. And I will sew this down. So I'm just going to top stitch this down first. Okay, just to make it stronger. Then I'll just place my facing on top of it, and then I will sew down to the notch. This fabric I'm working on is very, very light, so let me just pin this down. The fabric is very slippery, so I have to be very, very careful. It's not easy working on this fabric. If it's an Ankara fabric now, it would have been done by now, or crepe. But this one, you have to take it slow and steady. Slow and steady. So when I get to that sharp point, I'll just flip like so to the other side. I'll remove my pin that I already have there, and I will continue sewing. So I'm just going to notch this like so, and then I'll flip, 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 flip. So you can see the elastic sitting pretty. So I'm just going to sew my button here when I'm done. I'll just sew this button down like so. So let's continue. So now I'm going to sandwich the front part to the back. Let me pin this down first, because this fabric, one has to be extremely careful working with it. So I'll place the back like so, place it on the front like so, and I will sandwich like so. I'll pin this down. So I'm going to sew from the shoulder all the way, so you can see where I chopped here, and you can see the other side. Okay, so I'll stop here and then till I get to this point. So you can see the opening. I'll continue from here now. Just go ahead and sew down the hem of the dress. I'll open this up and then top stitch. So I'm done with the hem of my dress, and then so this is the opening we have for the sleeve. So I'm just going to top stitch this down like so. So I'll top stitch it round. So I'll do the same thing for the other sleeve, and I'm done with the bubu dress. You can see that this is very, very easy to make. Easy and fast. Very fast. Easy and fast. You can see. So I'm just going to do the same for the other sleeve. So I'll give this a good press and then I will show you what it looks like on my mannequin.
We are done with our easy bubu dress. You can make this with a crepe and then you embellish the neckline just like you've seen in the thumbnail. Okay, but if you want to make an Ankara dress with this, you have to cut your Ankara on a bias so that you can get more volume on your dress. Thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends and family. And for now, take care. I love you.